How's it going, guys? Today we are finally starting the Sunday slider for the first time ever since we installed the HKS Supercharger kit. The only thing left to do is to get the fluids into the car. So I've got to do the oil, coolant, which we're going to be using distilled water because we're not driving this thing in the winter. And when you're out on track, you don't want to spill coolant and antifreeze everywhere because it's very slick and a pain in the butt to clean up. And then we also have to get the traction fluid for the supercharger into the reservoir. And then I'm going to run through the tuning process with you guys to show you what it's like if you do purchase a kit like this from us that includes a tune or an Ecutek kit or something like that. We're going to get all the necessary info to our tuner, Graham. He's going to come back with a base tune for us that will flash onto the car, and then we'll take it outside, do some data logging, get that info back to Graham, and he'll get us a customized tune. And then hopefully within the next week or so, we can get this thing on the dyno and figure out how much power it makes. We're gonna be running just 91 octane pump gas. So let me know what you guys think. How much power is this car gonna make in the comment section down below. I also have to announce the 2 giveaway winners for the HKS swag pack. So congratulations to Adam Gomez. He recommended that we put some classic RPF ones on the car. And also congratulations to Vestlux. His recommendation was some Advan RG3s in a nice umber bronze. Both really nice recommendations. We still haven't decided yet. It is a work in progress, but hopefully we can get something new and different on the car. We'll see what happens. For now, let's work on getting this thing started. To drain the oil, there's just a 14mm bolt on the driver's side of the oil pan. Once that's done draining, we can wipe down the area and reinstall the plug with a new crush washer. And then we will torque this down to 29 foot-pounds. Now for oil, we are running Motul 8100 X Clean 5W30, heavier weight oil, since hopefully this car will see the track. Now usually you'll need about 5.8 quarts to do a oil change on this. I find myself using a bit less because you're not gonna get absolutely all of the oil out. But since we have the Jackson Racing radiator / oil cooler setup, we need an extra half quart of oil. So what I'm gonna do is fill it up with about 6 quarts or as close as I can to 6 quarts. And then we will move on to the traction fluid and the distilled water for the radiator. And then we'll load the tune on the car, start it up, let it warm up, and then we can check the dipstick and add more oil if necessary. For the traction fluid, I've got this makeshift water bottle funnel that fits perfectly in there. We're gonna take the included HKS traction fluid and fill her up. Now for the radiator, like I said, we're gonna be using distilled water. Make sure you don't use just regular tap water. You don't want all the minerals and stuff corroding the cooling system. I'm gonna try and fill this up without making a mess. If you're getting a tune through us, you're gonna get a link to this questionnaire here. Go ahead and fill it all out. You're gonna see that you need a calibration ID as well as a dongle ID for the Ecutek. And what you need to do is go to the Ecutek website, click on the downloads tab here, and you're gonna click on the Ecutek app downloader. Go ahead and start that. We'll hit next, make sure you've got the license key and the Ecutek dongle. And then you basically just run through this installation and do what the prompt says. So we'll plug in the Ecutek Now we can hit next. Now we need to plug in the license. Now we can run the app downloader. And you're gonna see this pop up here. This is going to be your dongle ID. And we're gonna hit download now. Everything is up to date. So now we need to open the Pro ECU app that we just downloaded. And to get to the calibration ID, you're gonna go to Tools, Detect Vehicle. Also make sure that the key is in the on position, otherwise you're not going to be able to do it, and it's gonna hit you with that prompt, so just hit OK. And then we need to query the ECU, and that is where you can see the calibration ID pop up, and that is what you need to enter into the questionnaire along with that dongle ID that I showed earlier. Once you have that questionnaire filled out and sent over to Graham, he's gonna work to get you a baseline tune that you can get installed on the car. Really easy to do. Grab a laptop, the Ecutek, and the license, plug everything in, make sure the key is in the on position, and then you're gonna open that app that you downloaded, hit the Detect Vehicle in the Tools panel, and then you need to load the ROM that Graham sent you and hit the Program button, and then you wait. You're gonna see the tax slowly creep up. That is gonna be the progress bar, basically. And once that's done, the ECU is gonna restart, and you're basically good to go to start the car and then go out and do some data logging and get it sent back to Graham. All right, guys, we just got the tune flashed onto the car. David is gonna start it for the very first time, and we're gonna hope for the best. Go ahead. Well, guys, she started right up. No huge issues. Nothing is leaking, so that is good. There was some rattling going on, so we're gonna check all the bolts on the header and exhaust to make sure that's all good. And then we're checking fluids right now. I'm gonna probably put some more oil in there. David is putting in some more water. And then we're gonna take it out, do some data logging, and see how it goes. All right. Gonna go out and do some data logging. Hopefully this thing doesn't blow up. Let me know when you're ready. Ready? Okay. We just finished up data logging. We did idle, cruising speed, and a second gear pull. Now we just need to send that back over to Graham. He's gonna look at that data and revise a new tune for us and send it back, and we will flash a new tune on the car and go out and do some more data logging. And you basically go through that revision process a few times. It can range from 3 to about 10 times depending on what you've got installed on the car. If you're forced induction, it's gonna take a little bit longer than if you are NA, but Graham's gonna work with you to get everything good to go. And that is pretty much it, guys. Like I said, let me know how much power you guys think this is gonna make on the dyno in the comment section down below. If you guys are interested in picking this kit up for yourself, I will leave a link down in the description along with all the other modifications we've made to the car. And I'll see you guys next time.